Yes, my name is Harry Kulovara. I'm the Executive Vice President of Royal Caribbean New Building and oversee the New Building and Innovation Department and oversee all our new building programs.
I'd like to start by having you talk about the role technology has played, even since you started, in allowing you guys to bring ships like this Edge class to life.
Yeah, technology is the big game changer, I think, today. It helps us in designing the ships in a totally different manner. It also helps us, of course, to, at the same time, operate. On operational part, the technology is playing. But if we talk about the design piece, so the tools, the 3D design tools, the K, what we just have now introduced, is giving us a totally different possibility to design, do new structural, new architectural features on board the ship and visualize them at a very, very early stage. Traditionally, we were doing everything in 2D. We were doing everything on basically on plain paper. Still, the creative part is starting on a napkin, and I think that all the ideas are very often coming there. But the 3D technology is giving us a possibility to integrate the technical parts and the architectural parts in a totally different manner. And the 3D simulators, and the K, what we are using here, it gives us a possibility in some few days visualize the designs, how they look, and do the corrective actions, what we feel on them. And it gives us a very quick turnaround and a very good verification that we're on the right track.
For example, with the Magic Carpet, that was something that evolved over time. What role did being able to see it in VR play in getting to that final design?
That's technically the Magic Carpet started with an idea how we would do, and it transformed over very many generations and so on. The VR has been a very important element for us to bring everyone together, the functionality together, and really bringing all the design elements into one place. We worked on that more than a year, making sure that we can get it visually right, functionally right. But also on the technical side, it is a relatively complex element. It is a 70-80 tons piece which is moving on the ship's side up and down, and on a ship structure which is somewhat elastic, and a ship which is moving, etc. We did a very extensive technology verification process on that, making sure that we get all the risk managed in the right manner. But VR was very important in the design development of that.
What role is mixed reality or augmented reality playing as you guys design these new ships?
It opens up very many opportunities today, and I think it gives us tools to do this much faster, much quicker, and it also gives us a possibility to think about or push the boundaries in a much more effective manner than in the past.
Are there specific examples or an example you can give for mixed reality for this ship?
I think the open decks, if we think about the open decks on Edge, they are very revolutionary. I think that they have very many neighborhoods. They have architecture which is totally different than what we have done in the past. I think that's a good domain where we have been able to use mixed reality in a very effective way.
How has the fact that not only the consumers, the passengers, are becoming more and more tech savvy, but the designers and the people behind the scenes now have all this access to technology, influencing the kind of creativity we're seeing on a ship like this versus ships maybe 10 years ago?
I think we have a large number of people who are constantly thinking about what can we do, what have we learned, how the world is changing, not only today, but also what is going to happen in the coming 10, 20, 30 years when the ships are in operation. And we try to constantly think about what we see in the world, what kind of applications they might have on us on board the ships. This is a big change. I think that the technology is changing our lives in everything. They are changing the cruising. They are changing the way we operate the ships. They are changing the way our customers are going to experience the vessel or communicate with the world around. Also, very many of the features are going to be technology driven, what we have on board the ship. So it's a huge change. It's a very huge change, which requires a different mindset from the designers and then the people who are driving the projects.
What does having these ships in a digital form, whether it's in VR or from the 3D printer, open up as you look to designing multiple edge ships over multiple years?
We have now been focusing on the first edge ship, and we have spent now 3 years roughly to finalizing the design out of that. And now we have 3,000 people who are galloping on board the ship in order to finish it in the coming 3 years, and then we are going to start to focus on the next generation or the next vessels. We try to build a lot of flexibility into the ship, so that we can, when we move forward, so when the systems, the venues, the experiences, what we are building in the ship, that they can evolve, and we can constantly be enhancing and moving forward with them. We believe that some of these changes are relatively minor, some of them might be relatively substantial, but at this moment our focus is on the first ship, getting that underway, then we can start to think about the future.
And speaking of the future, what excites you about technology and where things are heading when it comes to what you guys can create?
The capabilities what we have today. The big data, the capabilities what we have today. I have been 40 years in designing ships and building ships. I have never had a portfolio of so many tools and so many things, and I have never learned as much as I'm learning every single day due to these capabilities what I have. I think our possibilities are endless, and technology is the big driver.